everyone, Karolyne Roberts here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 Daniel Fast dinner recipes that I think you will love. So if you're interested in watching more, then definitely stay tuned. So today we are making creamy avocado pasta, and these are the ingredients that we will be using. So you're going to want to boil some whole grain pasta of your choice. So I boiled these whole grain noodles. You're going to want to use some garlic. You can use fresh minced garlic, but I just decided to use this one that already comes in the olive oil. By the way, you're also going to want to have some olive oil. I'm using some grape tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, or you can cut up your tomatoes into really small pieces. Some salt, some pepper, a little bit of lemon juice so you can get your lemon. Obviously, you're going to want an avocado. I'm just using 1 avocado since I'm doing 1 serving, but if you're feeding more people, then you can definitely have 2 or a few more avocados to add to this. And then you're also going to want to chop up some onions. So I chopped up about 1/4 of an onion, and we are going to get started. So I am going to put a pot on the stove. I'm going to get it heated up, and I'm going to start by sauteing my garlic and my onion. Alright, so I have my oil in here, and then the next thing I'm going to do is add in my garlic and my onions. And make sure it's nice and sauteed. I have it on medium to low heat, and I am just letting this season up. The next thing you're going to do is put your avocado in the pot, and you're going to smush down your avocado, and you're going to add your lemon juice immediately so that it doesn't lose its green color. I've added my avocado, and I'm just going to smush it down. You can use a potato smasher, you can use a fork, and you're just going to smush it down, and I'm going to add my lemon. So now that my lemon is in there, I'm going to smush it down even more, so that this can be really smooth and creamy. So be really careful with this step so that you don't burn yourself, and you want to turn down the stove to a really low setting. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in my cherry tomatoes. Just put in a handful of cherry tomatoes, and I just cut them in half, and I am just mixing all of that in, and I am just letting it warm up. And then I am literally just going to throw my pasta in there. And then I am going to season it all together. Okay, I have my pasta in here, and I'm going to mix that in, and I'm going to let it cook down. You just want to mix it all in. And you want to mix it in until all the avocado is evenly distributed. Now, some people like to blend their avocado in the blender first. I personally like it chunky, but if you want this to be more of a creamy consistency, then you can also blend all of your ingredients in the blender first or in your food processor. I raise my heat a little bit just so that I can warm up the noodles. And now is when you want to add all your seasonings. So I'm going to add salt, pepper, and just a little bit of parsley. So I have my salt, I have my pepper. This is looking and smelling so good. And then I'm going to add my parsley. And this is how it is looking so far. It looks amazing. I'm going to mix that all in. Now this is an amazing dinner, an easy dinner to have on the Daniel fast. Some creamy avocado pasta. And this is the final result, guys. This is by far one of my favorite dinners to cook on the Daniel fast, and it's super easy. Hey everyone, so today we have another Daniel Fast dinner option and we are going to be doing veggie kebabs, okay? So the ingredients are super easy, but you can really make it your own and use whatever vegetables that you like. So this is all about the veggies, right? So I have my bell peppers here. I have green, yellow, and red bell peppers. I also have mushrooms, which is like a main ingredient in this dish. I have some corn as well as some red onion that I'm going to cut up. And then I'm also going to be seasoning this within a marinade. So we're going to be using the thyme, the garlic cloves, lemon, parsley, and the extra virgin olive oil to make our marinade today. And that's going to make sure that it's seasoned and tastes really good. So another thing that you're going to need are these bamboo skewers or something similar to put your kebabs on. I am going to be cutting this in half and putting the skewers in my air fryer. So I'm not cooking on a grill today. I'm gonna make this super quick and easy right into the air fryer. And that's all. So you wanna make sure you wash your veggies and then you can start cutting them. So I just got done washing all of my veggies, making sure that they're nice and clean. And we are gonna start cutting these up into bite-sized pieces. So for my bell peppers, I have half bell peppers here. I'm gonna cut them up in the shape of a square. You can make, triangles, squares. I'm just gonna do squares for today. And then I am going to chop up this corn into pieces as well as chop up my garlic. So I have cut up my bell peppers in like small to medium sized squares. So just like this is how you kind of wanna do it. And then I have also cut up my corn by just dicing them, slicing them down like that. So you want to cut up your corn, and then I'm going to leave my mushrooms whole. So I'm going to leave my mushrooms just like that. So we are going to cut this red onion. I am just going to slice this down. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it into 4. So just like this. And you're going to cut it just like that. So all you want to do is lay the pieces aside, and then we are going to trim the leaves off of our thyme. Basically all you're going to do is take your thyme and you are going to take the knife and you're going to skim the leaves off of it. All right, so there you go. It's okay if you still have some of the stems there, as long as most of the leaves have been taken off of the stem, that's totally fine. So now I'm going to move on to dicing my garlic. So I just finished chopping up my garlic, and now we are gonna get started by putting our veggies on the skewers. So you want to leave a little room for you to be able to hold it and to put your hand there, and then you can put the veggies up here. There's our first one, and you're going to put this aside in a Ziploc bag. So I'm just switching it up. It doesn't have to be in a particular order. I'm putting it in like whatever order I feel like, and you're going to now throw this second one into a Ziploc bag. So I actually ended up having enough for 5. So here is what my recommendation would be. Make sure that you are safely applying the vegetables to the skewer so that you are not, hurt or cut or stabbed by the pointy part of the skewer, okay? The corn is the hardest vegetable to put on here. So if you're gonna be using corn, my recommendation would be to put the slices of corn on the skewer first, so that you're not trying to put the corn on there while a whole bunch of other vegetables are on there, because they might fall off. And to poke one side of it, if it doesn't go all the way through, take it off, turn it around, and poke it through the other side. Okay, so I hope that that's a good tip. Make sure that you guys are doing this safely. I'm gonna put these Ziploc bags aside, and I am going to start on my marinade. All right, so we're gonna get started on our marinade. All you need for this is the olive oil, some parsley. If you have fresh parsley, then that's even better. You want to use half of a lemon, some thyme, and the garlic that we chopped up. So we are literally just going to mix all of that in a bowl. All Alright guys, I thought my camera was recording, but basically I added some salt and pepper to the marinade and mixed it all together. And I poured it half and half into each bag. If you have one bag, then you can pour the whole thing in there. You're just going to mix it all up and get that seasoning all over it. You see my seasoning, and then you're going to let it sit in the fridge for 1 hour. So it's been an hour and I am about to pop my kebabs in the air fryer. They look so good. The marinade smells amazing. It literally fits perfectly into my air fryer, so this is how it is looking. So I have some of the marinade left, so I could just brush that on there. So you just want to brush all of that good stuff on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave half of this marinade in there so that I can flip it over when it's cooking and brush over the rest of this on the other side. So I'm literally gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put this on the chicken option for 400 degrees in 12 minutes, and I'm going to start it. All right, so we are at the 6-minute mark. And this is how it is looking so far. It looks good. I'm going to let it take 2 more minutes and then I'm going to flip it over at the 4-minute mark and put seasoning on the other side. All right, we are at the 4-minute mark. You can see the steam coming out the side. I'm going to take this out and flip these over. This is how it is looking, really good. I'm gonna flip them over. So I flip this over and I'm just gonna pour this marinade over the top of it. And I'm going to brush them down. And then you're just going to push this back in and you're gonna let it finish the rest of the time. Okay, and this is the finished product, guys, and it is now ready to serve. So this is the finished product, guys. It tastes absolutely amazing. Give this recipe a try and let me know if you like it in the comment section below. I am making a sweet potato black bean wrap, and I'm gonna top it with some avocado slices and the sauce that I made earlier. So I am about to wash this, peel it, and dice it up into bite-sized pieces. You're going to preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you're gonna grab a nonstick pan and you're gonna spray it down. You're gonna put olive oil on this as well as some cinnamon and paprika. So I have some organic paprika here. This is kind of spicy, so if you don't like spice, then you can skip out on this part. So you wanna make sure that you get olive oil on this. Squeeze a little bit of lemon. All right, so basically this is just olive oil, lemon, cinnamon, and paprika. If you want, you can add a little bit of salt to it as well. All right, so now I'm going to wrap this with some aluminum foil and mix it up really, really good so that the oil and all the seasonings can get everywhere. And then you're just going to mix it up. It should look when everything is mixed up, and you can add any more seasonings if you want. I am going to cover this back up and I'm going to throw it under my oven at 425, and I'm probably going to take it out whenever it's soft. So I'm just going to keep checking on it and put a fork in it to make sure that it's soft, and then it'll be ready to eat. So I just took this out the oven. They are very soft. As you can see, the fork goes right into it. So it is super soft. It is ready to be served. This looks really good. You can taste it. You can add seasoning according to your liking, but they are super soft and they are ready to go. It only took about 25 minutes in the oven. So I'm about to make this can of organic black beans. I'm going to use olive oil to saute it. I think it's like basically already cooked, and you just have to saute it. But instead of cutting up like my usual garlic, I am going to do this. I'm gonna use the garlic that comes already minced. I like to use this instead when I'm doing the black beans because I feel like there's juices in here, and I feel like these juices, these garlic and olive oil juices will mend well with the black bean juice. So I'm going to just put some olive oil and put some of this garlic and then put the beans in there and do some seasoning. So I'm just going to let it boil up and then I'll add my seasoning to it. So I'm gonna season my black beans with a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of cilantro in there. So I'm just stirring that in. And then I am going to put it on a low heat to simmer down. I just turned off the oven and I'm gonna throw these into the oven while it's, you know, cooling down, just so it can warm up a bit. And then I am going to put the sweet potato, the black beans, as well as my avocado and my sauce on top of it. So I turned it off after I took out the sweet potatoes, but it's still really hot in here. So these are just warming up and I'm gonna take them out in about 2 or 3 minutes. It's nice and warm. There we go. I'm gonna have 2 wraps today. And you just want to put your sweet potato, put it down your wrap on each. And it looks like I'm gonna have some left over for lunch tomorrow. And then I am going to have some of the black beans. So I'm gonna put some of the black bean on it. Pour it like so. This is how it's looking so far. I'm going to cut up some avocado. I have added the sauce on top. It's basically like a salsa, I guess. The sauce that I created. I'm going to sprinkle some lime on here. Just a little bit of lime in there. Okay, that should be good. And I am going to put a little bit of cilantro on top, and then we will have our finished product. All right, guys, this is the final result. You definitely should check out this recipe. It was amazing and tasty. Try it out and let me know what you think about it.